Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? Excuse me while I put some fire stuff on to make this a little bit more fire forcey. But we are pretty, pretty good right now in Fire Force, right? Feels pretty straightforward with how much effort is being put into this show as of lately. I really did not understand some of the things that I'm going to bring to the light, but one thing that kind of had me concerned about the show was the power scaling and all that stuff. Was the fights going to even feel like authentic? Are they going to feel like the characters should never lose, you know? And for some reason, they do villains much better than they do anybody else. Like the heroes, kind of but once they give us some villains actually fighting, they usually are the ones that always bring out the like cool battles to like the furthest degree. And this is no change to that with this week's episode. And uh, we learn what the girl who is very, very talented at shooting far range attacks code name is, and it's Arrow, which I'm guessing everybody's probably very simple like that. Like, oh, okay, short blade, I'll get out of here. You know, like that's all that guy had to identify him. So that's short blade. But we are in a weird position now where everything that kind of transpires throughout Fire Force is like huge. Like nothing that the Squad 8 has really dealt with has been any like small matter. They've been getting all of the craziness because of the person that has joined their squad more than likely, and just what it means for his ability to be able to be manipulated or taken away from him. It would change dramatically their level of power that they will have as a whole just by having control of his power. So, from what we can understand, or from what I got from this, is not only do we have to worry about. For some reason, I can't think of what the main character's name is. Like I was about to say, it's like SH. I can't think of how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. But I always call him Fire Feet, but he's in a position where now, if he finds his brother, he may have to like go to a place where he almost thinks he's gonna have to kill him, because if this is any indicator of how like ridiculously talented everybody is on their squad, like on the side of the team that's trying to bring the world to flames and make it a flaming sun or whatever. Um, if this is the case and he has some ridiculous power, like he manifested his power when he was a baby and was the one that took out his house and family, which I still believe is either the case, or maybe even, yeah, I don't think they were a product of these bugs, so to speak. I mean, they could have, to be fair, because we saw that once a bug entered in one of the kids in the mission, the guy who was a traitor to the Fire Force squad, once the bug entered in him and unlocked a power that was supposed to be like ancient or something that they were looking forward to seeing, that was through a bug. Like it didn't really need to be anything crazy, you know? So that's the type of stuff that truly scares me when it comes down to their ambition and their goals at the end of the day, because what's stopping them from finding another one of these very, very powerful powers and then utilizing it for themselves, and you know, making it just that much worse for our main character. So I do look forward to seeing that in the case of how many of these like ancient powers do they already have, or do they only have just one and they're kind of just lucky enough to have that. I mean, it seems like they got ridiculously powerful people on their team, so wouldn't be surprised if we see more of these guys dropping in and showing us like who, if any, are the true dangerous people, because these people don't seem that dangerous. Like I was just saying, like the villains do usually bring out the best fighting, but look how fast our main character and our royal good knight handles this situation relatively, not having any actual combat combinations with each other, but they're still in a position where they're not completely out of the fight and going to lose, you know? Like, at no point are they so pushed back that they don't think that they can win, right? And that's kind of my point of their battles within this show is how, like, should these two people on this eighth already should practically be captains or vice captains or something much higher than they are, but because of the standings and because of experience, they're not. Because of friendship, too, I feel like, because the two people who actually started all this are the captain and the vice captain. So I don't think just because these kids have joined and they're stronger than him, proven time and time again now, uh, he won't be dropping from vice captain. It's less about power and stuff like that, and it's more about the overall kind of camaraderie they have together, I guess you can say. But to be fair, I think Fire Force is doing a pretty good job of keeping the story not too boring. And not only is it not boring, the characters do feel like you can invest in them and you won't just be investing in a character that's going to get killed off or investing in a character that might not get any cool moments, because this week was our knight's time to shine, man. He really showed off. I was happy to see that. I mean, sure, he does get to do some cool stuff here and there with the group and stuff, but to see him like not only deflecting the arrows, this man was like keeping up with one of the quicker fighters that we've seen, like human form wise, that he's gone against now. And then all of that to then force this guy to think that he needs to use a transformation bug on himself to practically win and get the edge. So that's a huge, huge jump for those characters, in my opinion. So I do hope to see uh, a lot more from, what they can overall do. What an idiot. And, what actually fully comes through with all this. Because as of now, this is a really powerful, like, moment for both of these two characters to understand, like, yes, we will get slapped if we don't work together, so let's work together and then start hating each other once we're done, right? Like, let's survive, get home, save these people, and then we can do our little dance later. Like, they just put all that aside, and even when they do put it aside, they still have no coordination and bump into each other. So it's so brilliant. It felt so right, like unlike Zoro and Sanji, who have been together for so long and have actually done combination attacks in the case of attacking at the same time or one following up after another without even saying anything to each other. Things like that with those two characters are understandable because they've been with each other for so long. They studied how each other fought. To be fair, these two have also they were in school with each other or whatever, so they have past relationships as well, but somehow that still doesn't help them be able to, coordinate their attacks without bumping into each other or making a plan where they both agree to, and one stays in the back and one stays in the front. So they had to, try and find out by trial and error, which is hilarious, and I love it. So I truly do look forward to seeing what these characters bring out at the end of it all and what we're in for. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I think I am done for the day. I'm not sure if something's going to come out later, but if it does, I'll probably be dropping that off for you. So, all that being said, though, take care and peace.